They put them under cement and just paved over it like they were nothing. That broke my heart.
A description of 1440 Forest Avenue Shopping Plaza from someone who had been shocked to learn of their close connection to the history of what was here before.
I had no idea. No idea at all.
So they had no knowledge of the site, even though they live a mile away, nor did they know about Benjamin Prine.
Filmmaker Heather Quinlan and members of a long-standing Staten Island family talk about the man whose name is on the street sign next to the shopping plaza. Benjamin Prine was the last formerly enslaved person in New York. When he passed away in 1900 at the age of 106, the Times wrote an obituary about him, and he was buried here.
I just think it's a desecration. Cars running over them, people walking over them. It's just plain wrong.
David and Ruth Thomas are great-great-great-grandchildren of Prine. He'd fought in the War of 1812 and was the island's first stagecoach driver, among many other things. As historical maps show, his final resting place was the African Methodist Episcopal Cemetery at what are now Forest and Livermore Avenues.
There could have been as many as 1,000 people here.
The mystery of what lies below the surface here is greater than the mystery of how the shopping plaza came to be built over the burial ground.
That was part of the Second Asbury AME Zion Church. And in 1954 it was seized and it was developed into a shell station, and now it is the strip mall that you see today.
The bank at the edge of the lot worked with state and city leaders 2 years ago to create a permanent memorial and garden commemorating the families buried here. But Quinlan, whose ongoing documentary project, American Cemetery, led to the preservation efforts, says more needs to be done. However,
the property owner has not allowed the ground penetrating radar on the property.
Property owner Sigma Realty has not responded to our requests for comment, but the filmmaker says there's a way around the impasse. Scanning under the sidewalks at the edge of the lot may be revealing.
It's entirely possible we may not find anything, and we'll deal with that. But it's also possible we may find remains. And then where do we go from there?
We get to give these people back to their families.
Local historian and genealogist Debbie Ann Page says that finding out as much as possible about who and what are here is good all around.
We get to laud them and love them differently. That's going to be a new step for our children and for our generations to come.
Descendants of people buried here agree.
The more history that's known about it, the better off we are. The more people that care about it, the better off we are.
James Ford, Pix 11 News.